Hello! I'm back from outer space. We're going to continue with the Folland Gnat. Now, I've done the initial unboxing and some looking many weeks ago. What we're going to start with today, this is warm water to start painting and prep. I've got my sprue cutter, so let's shuffle things around. I've got 2 drinks, not 1, 2, so I'm not going anywhere. And we're going to have a look at the instructions. So number 1 is seat onto the backing. So we're going to look for these 2 parts and we're going to get them stuck together. So there's the backing. There it is right there. Where's the seat piece? Seat piece is 9B. This is 26B. So which one we got? 9B is that one. There are 2 seats. 2 seats. It would make sense there are 2 seats. It is a trainer after all. Now let me just check, because can you see this? So you can see the top of the seat has this double line. Just look how they're attached on there. Look how the sprue goes into the seat, so I'm going to have to clean that out, make it right. It's going to be annoying. So let's and the number 9 is right in the way as well, so let's take the number 9 out of the way. So I've just bent it up out of the way. Look. So let's now flat part to the part. Yeah, I've had to leave excess on there or I was going to damage the part. It's a bit of a shame. It's not normally like Airfix to have it so dodgy, but it definitely is there. I need a knife to clean this up with. My Stanley knife is actually downstairs, so I'm hoping my craft knife is in here. And it's not. Let's see if it's in here. There it is. Oh no! Okay. So let me put that there and let's clean this up some. So we want to just gently take it off this way. There we go. The top's more difficult. Look, see the bobble I've got on top of there? I've got to go down the edge. I'm going to cut myself, so I'll put it down flat. No. Let's put it on the edge. There we go. Now I can clean it up some. There. That is a really annoying mould from Airfix there. So let's get my extra thin glue out and let's just spot that other piece. So it's definitely part 26B, which is definitely that piece. Again, this is in the way, look. This number is in the way. I'm just taking the whole piece off the sprue, look. I'm taking it with the sprue bits so I can then do it myself. Nearly landed in my drink. I'll just clean this up. That's better. Cleaned it up. It's got a slight hole there, so I'm going to presume we can line that up. Yep. And to fix it, you literally just need a touch on the back. So we have that fitted. We'll leave that to set just there. Leave it set just there. Move that right now. And let's have a look at the other piece. So this is 1A. So is this the A sprue? It is. 1A. Interestingly, 1A looks nothing like it does on there. Oh, it kind of does. So let me show you. 1A has... So this piece here is 1A. So here, there. And you can see the sort of indicated hump is actually built in. If you look at the piece, you would be forgiven to think that this is the detail side, whereas actually that's the detail side. That's the hump upwards. Not obvious. Let me just move this piece of plastic I don't need. That wasn't chucked on the floor, by the way. I've chucked that into the bin. So there we go. Let me push that forward. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Tidy this up. Right. So this says place that seat down onto that hole. It would make more sense if it was going in like that. So there's a slot. Right, okay, so let me explain. Let me show you the instructions again. The instructions show the seat going down onto. Okay? So seat down onto. If you go down onto this, it's just a hump. But there's a slot at the back there, look. And there's a slot in the back of that chair. I'm going to sneeze. So it would make more sense to push it like that. And I think that's what they intend. That's not very good of them to say it's a downward thing. It's not a downward thing, it's an inward thing. So with that in place, I will just touch some glue there and touch some glue under there. And now that is pretty much in place, and I will leave that to dry. But yeah, that's pretty bad instructions there. They now want me to do the 2 control columns and then build the other seat. And I'm wondering rather if I want to paint that first. I will get the control columns on, then I will paint this so far. I am so going to sneeze. 20B. So 20B and 19B. Now they're going to be pains to get off. They're just there, look. Just there. But they're quite spindly things. Are these things here? There. They're quite spindly. So I'm going to take the whole sprue off again from the inside track. Like that. And I'm going to take number 19 off first because that's the rear one. Just like that. So it's just a spindly thing. Okay, so I need to take the sprue off all of this. So first time I'll do the short piece. Like that. And then just clean it up. Doggies. And now I'll do the long piece, but before I do the long piece I'm going to hold this down, a pair of tweezers actually, hold that down so it doesn't fly off. I'm using my thumb to put the pressure on, so I'm just lining it up with my fingers, just putting the pressure on. So there we go. So now I've got that piece to go into that slot. gone. Dropped it. I was so concentrated on not dropping the control panel, I've dropped everything else. There it is. So let's put the control column in place. If this goes through that hole, which I'm hoping it does. Yes, it does, but it's very, very loose. So, does it actually want to be the other way? Does it actually want to be this way, maybe? It's a bit better, but it's not perfect. So I'm going to put a dot of glue and then move it forward with the tweezers. I'm holding with my finger. I'm going to move this forward. Like that. Oi, oi, oi. There you go. So now we've got the control panel forward and in place. Push it forward. There we go. I can just move these bits of plastic into the bin. So I want to paint that now. But to paint it, I need to do a little bit of research. So let's minimize my work area, turn on my desktop, and drag this in. So let's have a look for Folland Gnat Cockpit. Okay, so we've got a grey colour with blue controls, dark grey that one, dark grey this one. The seat is obviously a tan colour, it's a parachute seat, put your parachute in and sit on it. This is a lighter grey, there's a lighter grey here. So I'm going to go for a lighter grey. Sounds fair to me, doesn't it? Lighter grey here, lighter grey there. And we'll turn the desktop back off. We'll make this bigger. Welcome back. So sniffly, you'll have to forgive me. So, close that up. Let's pick a colour. Let's pick a colour. Let's pick a colour, alright. I've got a 90, that's a silver actually. So I've got Heliogrue, light grey. Also I got it's a blue grey. I've got a standard grey. I'm thinking the Helia blue rather than the standard grey. Heliogrue. Steel. Yep, so I'm going to go with the aqua colour Heliogrue 76 for most of that. Let's get a palette. I don't know how good or bad this grey is. Oh, it's very thick. Very thick grey. Let's take some out. That's very thick. It's so thick that I'm going to add some aqua colour mixer to stave off its death. There we go. Now I just want to get round the other holes without causing too much distress to them, because we are going to fit more parts very, very soon. And the lighter the coating you get on, the less brush marks you can leave in it, because there's literally no paint to leave brush marks in. I will do the back of the seat. And the edges of the seat itself. I won't do inside the seat, because we know that's going to be a different colour, and I won't do the control column. The less layers you can put on, the better, I find. You have to give a good coating first time round if you're going to do that. This is unwatered down, of course. If you water it down, you need to do multiple coats, but that gives you really fine control. For a cockpit, I don't really need that kind of control. So you can now just about make out the grey versus the inside of the seat. So we've done the first bit. There we go. I've got quite a bit of grey left, but we're going to do the rest of the cockpit in a minute. So let's now get on with that piece. So the next piece is, I believe, B25, that piece there, and the other seat. So B25. So B25 goes over the seat. B22 goes up to the seat, and there's a transfer to go on it. So we'll paint it first, and then the seat itself. So we need 10B, the seat. So 10B is the other seat, which again, I need to take the number 10 icon out of the way of. So first cut, second cut, first cut, second cut, and this is 22. This is the other piece. Let me just, damn numbers are in the way on this mould. The numbers are just in the way. So we've got a lot of cleaning up to do here. So first things first. That piece. There's actually an ejector mark on the back of this console. You just see those ejector marks there. So this is obviously going to be facing someone. This is then part of the inter-cockpit. That actually came out quite well, just by finger massaging the piece. This isn't going to come off. This is not going to come off. So I've stressed it and then popped it out of the way. So let's just get the seat and just massage that off with my fingers. That worked better than the first seat. Let's clean this up a little bit. So let's have a look what this intends. So it intends that to go on the back of the seat, and then this to go over the whole thing. I can immediately see a deformation in the back of the seat I need to fix first. So that's roughly what we're going to get. So first things first, let me just clean that deformation up. Just like that. Let's put that all back together, but let's put a dab of glue in the spine of the seat. Like that. Put this piece back in. And then let's put a dab of glue either side. Put it over the top, like so. And then just seal that over the top. I'm just going to hold that all together a second. So we've got an assembly now of seat, back console, and the seat forward for, you know, for fitting. I'll just give that 5 minutes just to set while I move these bits. Put the pipette back. This is all going to go on there. I believe that's the approximate position. So what I need to do is put a dot of glue there and a dot of glue in there. Fit this to once. There. Fit it once. There we go. Just about done. So what I will do is I will touch some glue under there just to optimize the fit. I'll just hold that in place like so. We're now two seats. So we'll give that 5 minutes while I get the other control column off, which has now got to go in front of that seat. So let's have a look how best to get that off, holding it like that. Flip this over, just clean that up. If I cut it backwards, there we go, that cut cleanly. Where are those tweezers? I just hold this piece down with the flat of the tweezer. There we go. So there it is. I've forgotten something, haven't I? I forgot to put the second controls on the back of there. See, this is what gets me. Can I get this off in time? Will it come off? It will come off. There we go. It gets me every single time something comes up and I forget it. It's good though, because it told me that wasn't very well fitted. Let's just put a grey under here. That. Grey all this. There we go. So I've greyed off, primed off, basically the whole seat area, except for the actual bucket seat itself. And we're now going to need my decal top. And the decal sheet, which I can't pick up. Just the other thing was about the SSSS that this belongs to. Yeah. Some of you may have got it, but I didn't get the reference. It's a reference to Hot Shots. So the SS was, or is, the ship, the aircraft carrier in Hot Shots. And so the aircraft used to film Hot Shots, you know, Charlie Sheen comedy, were Folland Gnats. I never knew that. I honestly did not know that. So that's why I could find no reference to said aircraft carrier, because it's fictional. What I need to just spot wherever they've gone is cotton buds. I have one there. We bought some new ones that are actually behind everything. So I'm going to use the cotton bud to get the decal off, or the water off the decal. So let me just shake off the excess. Now let me pick this up. Let me shift this in place. It's ski whiff. It's not on straight. Come on, get on there. There we go. That's a bit better. Ta-da! We have control decal on there. Completely unexpected turn of events that it worked first time. Missed it anyway, though it's on the instructions right in front of me. So let me just put a dot of glue there. Let me put a dot of glue there and a dot of glue there. Let me put this back on there. Lots of those. Dorsey, dorsey, dorsey. Dorsey, do. Hurdy goody goody. That's the chef, isn't it, from the Muppets? Hurdy goody. Swedish chef. This is going to make it difficult to paint the rear seat, but I'm game for a giggle. As long as everything's grey and setting, we're doing well. So let's put the forward control column back on, or in for the first time. Let me just have a look. Does it have a slope? It does have a slope. That way would be the slope. The control column. In and on. There we go. So let's now put the 16B. Can't remember which is A and B now. 16A, 16B. We can get the decal ready because we know there's a decal now. Pulled that away a bit too prematurely, didn't I? It's in. 16B. It's this one here. This is actually fair enough a straight cut. Oh, it isn't. The sprue is just too close. Don't want to destroy the piece. So that's the one. It's off. Check you're still recording then, because I thought I pressed you off. Not that this is thrilling stuff, you know. Paint drying, literally, just there. But there's not a lot of interest you can throw into a model making video. This is the joy. This is the moment, Bob. This is my moment of the week. This is what I've worked hard for. Well, my boss may not say worked hard for, but worked for all week. Programming hard at work, which is why there are no programming videos at the moment, because I'm just burned out by the end of the week. So do I want to paint that first? I think I do, you know. I want to paint the front of this piece so that I'm backing onto grey, which means I've got to hope that dries a bit quicker than slow, because this decal's been in too long. And just take it out a second. So let me get rid of these bits of plastic while that dries a moment. So yes, the SSSS from Hot Shots. Didn't know that. My upload's done to Amazon. There we go. Yes, I'll say it since I'm recording on Saturday the 2nd. Yes, well done, South Africa. Well done. Other than that, hey ho. Let's just check this is okay. So it's now. Because this is such a fine amount of paint, it's pretty much already dry. So let's just take this up here. They're on. Just let the whole thing calm down a moment as we put glue down there and a touch of glue on there. Finger time, I think. And it fell over. It fell over. Let's do that again. Glue on the base. There we go. Okay, we'll leave that there. I am now going to prepare some belts, and I'm going to do that with some masking tape and a piece of wood. So what I'm going to do is get some tan out. I've got sand, I've got ochre, so I'm going to do ochre, I think. There. So this is my dirty water, and that's the clean water. Have a drink. Orange and pineapple. Got a bit of a kick afterwards. Woo. You know, you've not eaten or drunk anything in a while, and something tastes really flavourful. It almost hurts here. That's what I've got going off. So yes, it's just a piece of masking tape on a board, and we're going to paint it over and over and over with this to make some belts, some straps. So let's get a hairbrush, load it up, plenty of ochre. This can be really quite thick, because I don't want to wait all week for it like I did on both the Harrier and one of the, I think, the Hurricane. So there we go, that's the first layer. I'll just leave that to settle a little. And we'll just go back to, I've wet it a bit, but we'll go back to grey on the other piece. So let me just, tissue paper. Go back to grey on here. The number 2 from the decal is actually stuck to the back of this control. There we go. I'll just touch up where my fingers have been. Outside of this seat. Back of that seat. Just a little in between. And a little down here. So this is just a slow, patient process. You just have to now leave it. I've kind of rushed it. It's been a long time since I've done any modelling, and I'm quite enjoying the peace and quiet I'm getting right now. So there are some pieces to fit together next. So they are intakes on the fuselages. So I can do that on the sprue while we wait for the ochre to dry on there a little bit. See, I've just painted over it. We'll leave that there. Where are these pieces then? So there are the pieces, and there are the fuselages. This has got a bit of flash, you can just see it there, so I'm going to clean that up while it's on the sprue. And we're going to take, just put the masking tape back. So this is number 6. Hang on a minute, let me just check. So 6 goes on the right hand fuselage. So number 6 that I'm cutting off goes on the top of the 2. Not sure that makes a difference. It's actually quite hard to tell. Cleaning it up. I don't think you could get it wrong because there's actually a little thing, little mark. What is that? I can't tell. Is that meant to be that way around? Oh, these are horrible fits. I can't tell which way around they're meant to go. So 6B onto 11B. Yeah, this one. Oh, that's a horrible fit. That's just horrible. Because you've got no point of reference, I don't know if that's meant to go in there. That can't be right. Let me look at the other one. Is that more overflash? No, the other one's the same. So what I've got here is a conundrum. Can you see that here, I don't know if you can, it's got a, let me put it on there, it's got an L shape. You can't tell. You can't tell. It's got like a pointed out piece, look. It comes further out. See? So that's me holding the body. It goes out that way, look. You see it? I can't tell if that's meant to slot in somewhere or not. So it goes into number 11. I'm knocking that over, something chronic. It goes into number 11, which is the top one. It can only go that way round. So I can't tell. So let me do the other one. See if we can get the other one off the sprue in a better fashion. So definitely number 5 goes on number 12. So this is number 5 in my hand. And number 12 is the bottom one of the 2 fuselage pieces. Yeah, this is a different shape. It's a mismoulding. Dropped it again. Carpet monster wins. Let me move in a bit. So this is flat and flush, and that is not flat and flush. So that piece shouldn't be there. It's a really, really, really annoying overflash because it looks like part of the piece, but it is definitely not part of the piece. So yeah, this one fits a heck of a lot better. A heck of a lot better. Perfect though. Yeah, this is a really bad moulding here from Airfix. Don't like that at all. Do not like that. You want to get it into these slots, do you? Well, the slot should be better formed. This is nicht good. Yeah. Ugh. You can't. Ugh. This is awful. Awful dry fit. I don't like this. I really don't like this piece. That's better. I've had to shave the back off there. Let me just dose it with glue. And just put it in place because I dropped it. Dropped it again. Move right in here. Okay, maneuvering with tweezers a little bit better once I've got it in position with my fingers. This is awful. So let me just let capillary action carry the glue in and let the glue seal the plastic. What possessed them to not mould that in place? So it's like this when it comes, and I've added that. It's just awful. So now I can clean this up. We know this part shouldn't have. Oh, it's a terrible cut as well. It shouldn't have that piece on it. Just like that. This has been 45 minutes nearly, so I'm going to stop the video in a moment. So this will be the end of part 1. Part 0 you should have already seen. This is the end of part 1. Let's dry fit this now. Does the dry fit even work? Does the dry fit even work? No, it doesn't even work. This is a bad moulding, Airfix. If you want to fix anything, fix the Folland Gnat intakes. They are awful. As far as I recall, this was a $9.99 kit. So it's the kind of kit, you know, that the Folland Gnat wasn't, I believe, was a Red Arrows aircraft. So you get them handed out at displays and things. If this is the case, please don't. Dry fit again. Get in there. We'll get in there. Yeah, so I'll go with that. There we go. Let's put that on a bit firmer, just like that. It's come forward, look. Despite pushing it back and in, it's come forward and out. So let's put capillary action is going to carry this either way. That, like that. See, it's shy on that side because it's a malformed intake. It's shy on the lower side here. On the lower side here, it's shy. Such pain. So I'm going to use that as it is. So we'll just zoom in a bit here. Well, we had zoom. Can you see this darkness on the bottom point there? That's actually the malformed piece. You can see that this intake went on smoothly. I'm trying to get back. So this went in smoothly. It's, you know, fitted in properly. But this one, it doesn't fit quite right at all. It's a bit malformed. Damn it, is all I'm going to say. It's sitting a little bit proud now, as that one's sitting nice and flat. So that one's all flat. This one's a bit proud. Yeah, I think it's got to be in line there, and it's not. That's better. So I've used the torque on the tweezers just to take it around, and I'm going to melt the plastic with a bit of the glue, like that. Give it 10 seconds. I'm just going to squeeze, just push, squeeze, and push. I'm going to open the tweezers wide, hook it on the back of the cockpit, and squeeze that way. Right, it'll need a bit of filler, but that's a lot better. It'll need a bit of filler later. So I'll call it there, guys. I might off camera tidy up the cockpit a bit, but that's all drying off nicely. So we've just done the grey, we've done the basic assembly, we've assembled those two pieces on the fuselage. What I'll do is put the ochre, another couple of layers on that, and let it dry, and then I will put a different colour in the bucket seat, maybe add a bit of silver weathering and chipping by hand. I'll do that on camera, so I'll get it prepped for the on camera. So there's the second coat of ochre on there from the brush. You don't need a lot of anything. We've put those two decals on, and we've identified the SSSs. I'll do a bit more research into the position and fixings of the belts, anything else that will help, and I'll clean these two brushes. Thanks for sticking with this for 50 odd minutes, even if you just had it on the background. It's pretty nice that some of you are watching these in full. There's at least 10 or 12 people watch them all in full, which kind of confuses me. Maybe, I don't know, someone told me, well, my niece who watched this sort of, said that she just leaves it on the background and hears me tinkering while she's, you know, doing revision, which is kind of strange, but there you go. Apart from that, I will see you all soon. I promise to, you know, do more of these videos. It's been a while, but it's been a while because I've been away to the US, so that's my excuse. I haven't been in the country. Before I go, though, I will say that I had a bit of a moment with the US border control. Obviously, she didn't like me very much. Sent me to secondary. Bit scary, bit weird. They were actually wrong. They didn't know their own laws, sending me to the wrong place, which was actually quite amusing when I went and checked it with the company lawyer, which was hilarious. But anyway, there you go. 50 minutes. Thank you very much for sticking with me, guys, and wait for part 2.